Here is another wonderful question. There are different views about the rapture. Some speak about pre-tribulation rapture, mid-tribulation rapture, post-tribulation rapture. There are teachings that says since we are Christians, Christ followers, we have to undergo the tribulation period. Just as Christ suffered, we too need to suffer. Please throw light on this matter. Kindly share your thoughts in the role of artificial intelligence plays at the end times. Great questions. Great questions. Let's start with what stage are we experiencing, or what we see about the third temple. And I think I have given a little bit of information or explanation during the Ezekiel chapter 39 through 48 chapters. That's the fourth temple. During that temple, I gave a little bit brief explanation about the temples of four temples of Jewish people of nation Israel. The first temple is Solomon's temple, and that was lasted maybe around 400 years, and it was destroyed by Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar in 586 and or 587 BC. When we see here again, sometimes I go into the different directions. BC and they add now BCE and AD, AC, CE, common era or before common era. They distinguishes because they don't want BC is before Christ and AD is the Anno Domino, that is year of the Lord. They don't want to accept it. Christ divides the calendar. Christ divides the timeline. They don't want whatever they, because common era, not it's a Christian era or something like that. The world is against the word of God. The secularism is coming more, and even the Christians are becoming more secular than spiritual. But anyway, so the Solomon's temple was destroyed 586, 587 BC, and then second temple is called Zerubbabel's temple. Later, it has enhanced and remodeled, and King Herod, he builds the temple. That's called the Herod's temple. It lasted about 600 years, I think, something like that. And then it was destroyed by Roman governor general Titus, Roman people, and it was totally razed to the ground in 135 AD or something like that. Total destruction of the city and mount, a temple mount, and they erected the temple of their god Zeus, and they never allowed a Jew to enter the temple mount. And then even they changed the name Jerusalem or Israel. They made it Palestine. This all according to the Bible prophecies. And then third temple is very important temple. Very few people believe that, but Bible prophecies there. Third temple is mentioned by Jesus Christ himself when he's quoting the Daniel's prophecy, when the abomination of desolation sits in the temple. That's a sign of his coming, Mount Olives discourse. He gave very clear explanation about it. And Daniel himself, he prophesied about the things to come. 9th chapter, 27th verse, he makes a firm covenant with many, that's Jew and Arabs, for 1 week. And in the middle of the week, he breaks the covenant and he desecrated the temple, and he used this third temple to project himself as God. And he compels the world to worship him as God. That's the third temple. Is Antichrist is going to take the temple, and that's what the question is around. Where is what stage now is the third temple? And ever since 1967, when Israel recaptured the old city in Six-Day War, 1967, they taken over the Jerusalem, East Jerusalem, where the Temple Mount is there. It was under the Jordanian control, and they have. And since that time, the question is when the third temple is going to be built. And, very especially the Temple Institute or Temple Mount Faithful, that's founder Gershon Salomon. He quotes this, he says this in quote, "Building third temple is an act which must be done to complete the redemption of the people of the Bible in the land of Bible. I cannot imagine an Israeli state or Israeli life in the country without the Temple Mount in the center of this life." It is very true. And someone quoted, "No temple, no Jew." The identity of the Jew is their temple. And ever since 1987, there are several attempts were made to lay the foundation stone for the third temple. And they prepared but the Israeli government, though it is under their control, they have handed over to the Waqf board. And Israeli law says no Jew or no Christian supposed to go and pray on the Temple Mountain. That's not permitted. And it's a very sensitive area because Dome of the Rock is existing. North side and south side is Al-Aqsa Mosque, and southwest you will find that Wailing Wall, the Western Wall is called, and the Wailing Wall, whatever it is. So this is very sensitive situation to build the temple. The temple was actually, first the temple was built, second temple was rebuilt on the Temple Mount. Many people believe that where exactly the Dome of the Rock is existing today, that's a Muslim control. They have Hadith, not Quran. They believe that Muhammad in his dream ascended into heaven from that place. So they take that. It's not mentioned in Quran anywhere. But anyway, that's their belief. So they consider Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, that Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque as the third holy place for Muslim after Makkah, Masjid, Medina, and this is the third holy place for the Muslims. So to rebuild this temple, it needs some supernatural event to take place. If the Jew can just remove the in no time, because it is under their control, they can do anything they want. But it stir up the whole Muslim world. It can lead to the world war also. So it's very sensitive. So how this temple can be built and where it stands today. I want to tell you, my friend, the Temple Mount Institution or the temple movement, they started and they are very serious on the third temple. And today the modern Israel is more secular than religious. But there are Orthodox Jew and there are very religious people. They are always looking forward for the temple. They pray 3 times a day. In their lifetime, the temple must be built. No, so it's very interesting, and this third temple has a significant role in end time studies, and this is like a future project for the Orthodox Jew. And as I said, it is contested by the Muslims due to the existence of Dome of the Rock. And well, it's a political flashpoint of Israel and Palestinian conflict. We know that every fortnight, every now and then, there is a conflict between Hamas and Hezbollah, and they target Jerusalem. And but that's not a very big issue for Israel, because they fought the major wars, 5 major wars, and they have come through. They have defeated the major powerful countries around Israel, Egypt, Syria, Turkey, Lebanon, Jordan. All these countries they have defeated. So it has built up more confidence. But still, there is a conflict. It's going on now and then, and so it has to be some supernatural intervention. And this third temple will be used by